I've been producing for over 6 years now, and I've made some really bad decisions. Those decisions did not only cost me a lot of money, but also slow down the overall progress of my music career. One of those mistakes that I've made cost me about $700 with one bad decision. I want you to save all the time and money and don't make the same mistakes. That's why in this video I will not only tell you my worst decisions over those last years, but also let you know 3 of my best decisions that I've made, which were life-changing for my producer career and which can level up yours as well. Let's start with one of the worst decisions that I've made, which until this day I can't believe that I was that freaking dumb. I've always told you guys that the Typee channel that I started at the beginning of this year was my first Typee channel, and that is technically not correct, because when I started this channel, my main YouTube channel where I'm posting content now, I posted type beats for around 3 months before I started to switch to tutorials and cookups. And I also created a BeatStars account at that time, and I started to post like around 3 or 4 beats per week on my YouTube channel and on my BeatStars account for the span of those 3 months or whatever span it was. After I switched to posting tutorials and cookups, I literally posted no beats on YouTube anymore, but I still uploaded a couple of beats here and there on my BeatStars account for maybe a year or something. But it's important to keep in mind that I'm producing for over 6 years now, and this was right at the beginning when I started, like after 6 to 12 months. I wasn't sending out loops at that time either, so I was getting no collab sales too. And here comes the bad decision that I've made. During a span of 4 years where I was not doing sound kits, not posting beats, not sending out loops, I didn't cancel my BeatStars subscription. So I paid the $18 subscription per month for a span for almost 3 years where I was posting nothing on BeatStars and wasted around $700 without selling a beat, selling a sound kit or whatever. Businesses love when you pay for their service but never use it. The best gym member from a gym owner perspective is one who never shows up to the gym. And that's what I did. If you see like you don't use an arcade for 2 months, I will cancel it and sign up for it again if I need it. Before I will tell you about the next stupid decision that I've made, let me know which decision that you have made cost you the most money or was the most stupid decision that you have made during your producer career. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, I know which decision it is, and I hit that subscribe button now. Another super bad decision that I've made didn't cost me money directly, but it's one that slowed down my overall progress with my brand and my skills. Because when I posted tutorials, I tried to ride every wave. When a new Future album came out, I was doing a Future cookup tutorial for that album. Once a new Yeet album dropped, I was doing a Yeet type beat tutorial. When Don Toliver dropped, I was doing a Don Toliver type beat video, and so on. I was doing mainly dark trap beats at that time when I didn't post a video, but you couldn't tell based on my YouTube channel. And that was the problem. People didn't know me for a specific sound, which is one of the most important aspects when it comes to building a brand as a producer. And I'm heavily into that. I think placing yourself in one niche and one aspect, getting a master at one sound, like one specific sound, creates so much more opportunities for you, because once another producer needs that specific sound and you have crazy loops, they will come to you, get those loops, and you will get the opportunities that come with it. Even though my tutorials got a decent amount of views at that time, people didn't come back to watch another one, which makes sense. If you want to see a video on how to make beats for Yeet, then you are probably less interested in how to make pop punk beats for MGK. Once I started to just focus on one sound and getting better at one specific sound, once I did that, I got way better with my own music, and it was also way easier to make good connections. Before I get into the last bad decision that I've made, which is an absolute game changer, let's get over the good decisions that I've made. The first one is a pretty obvious one. It's that I started a Typee channel at the beginning of the year. I think a Typee channel is the perfect way to get started with making money as the producer, since if you're good at it and your sound is good, you will automatically get sales and make your first money as a producer. And it's one of the best decisions that I've made for many reasons. As I told you, some obvious ones are the money, but also, and that's the main cool thing about it, the opportunities that you can get through a Typee channel. Working with cool artists, working with cool producers, those are the things that I think are on the upside of creating a Typee channel, and the money is just the cherry on top. But the main reason for me personally why it was one of the best decisions is because I started a new chapter on this channel. Because with the Typee channel series on my channel, where I documented the whole process of growing the channel, I started to switch up the whole concept of my channel and more personal content, which is more fun to me than posting tutorials. Another good decision was signing up for a premium MailChimp account. Email marketing can bring your business to a whole nother level. I've decided to make the investment into a premium MailChimp account a couple months ago, and I don't regret it at all. Because if you have one of these free accounts, you can just send out a limited amount of emails to a limited amount of people, and I want to send out as many emails as I want to, because I do not only send out emails to artists, I also send out emails to producers, and my email list is getting bigger and bigger, and I need that extra capacities. The last good investment that I've made was spending money on plugins. I don't know if you know the feeling, but spending money on a new plugin somehow gives me a creative boost that I want to do something with it and experiment with it, and all of a sudden I make more beats than I would usually make. I don't have many plugins, but I have never bought a plugin that I regret. Some of the best plugins that I've bought are Keyscape, Contact, of course, especially the Electric Sunburst Deluxe Bank, Vintage Verb. Then I've got some guitar amps, some tape simulation, effect plugins, sound toys plugins. I've got no secret plugins that you have never heard of and that I could gatekeep now, but I always think we are doing such a niche thing. If a plugin is famous for a reason. Another good example to maybe describe it a little bit better is books. The vast majority of people don't read books. So if you start reading books, you don't need to look for books that nobody has ever heard of or nobody has ever read. You can go with the ones that are famous already. And the same goes for plugins. I think producing is such a niche thing. The plugins that are popular are the good ones. I think that your friends that don't have anything to do with music could never tell the difference between a Keyscape piano and a Contact Alicia Keys piano. As long as you have high quality plugins, it doesn't really matter if they are overused by producers. That's also a part where overthinking starts. If you struggle with that, feel free to check out my last video where I talked about that exact topic. But let's get into the last bad decision that I've made. I've started to send out loops frequently and work on the quality of my loops very late in my producer career. And even though I've always knew that making loops and getting good at loops is the easiest way to get your foot into the door and to create opportunities for yourself, I started pretty late with it. And as I said at the beginning, I recommend to master one sound, get good at it, create dope loops in that niche, and send them out every week to producers in your niche. And getting good at loops is one of the most important skills. But if you say, hey, I want to start with the typey channel, since you, Spryng, you said typey channel is a good idea, it is. If you want to know what mistakes you should avoid and what ruins your typey channel, then check out this video.